welcome to tonight's September 15, 2016 Board of Education meeting. Mrs. Barker, would you please call the roll?
Ms. Arnold? Here. Ms. Hunt? Here. Mr. Morrison?
Here.
Ms. Regano?
Here.
Mr. Taylor?
Here.
You have a forum. Stand in the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we want to welcome the Beavercreek offices tonight. We're going to turn this over to Mr. Rogers.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Regano. Mrs. Regano and members of the board, tonight's an exciting night because we are going to start a new tradition where in every board meeting we would like to do a school spotlight. And I would like to thank Mrs. Mangan for being brave and stepping up and saying, let me do the first one. So I don't know if that was like, let me get it over with, or let me be the benchmark. So we greatly appreciate you and the families that are here and the kids. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to our principal, Joelle, and let her take over.
Great. Well, thank you very much for having us tonight. I'd like to thank you for having us on behalf of the school and on the kids and our staff that are here tonight. And we greatly appreciate getting to showcase Beavercreek a little bit. I think it's a great school. I think they all agree as well. I'd like to introduce a few of our PBIS committee members. We are a positive behavior intervention support school, and I think some of you, or most of you, probably remember last year we received a reward from the state for that. And so we have a group of teachers that are really dedicated. Every month we meet and we plan different events for the school. And so we have a couple of them here with us tonight. We have Renee Maloney, Jessica Renner, Amber Main, and then Morgan Denny is new to us. So she's joining us this year. This is her first year. And so just a few of the members of that committee. And so I'm so thankful for them. And they're great ideas. They're very creative, so it works out really well for us. A couple of years ago, when we met and we started talking, we decided that we really needed to have a mission that we could get behind for our school. And so our school mission is that Beavercreek is a safe and supportive environment where students are motivated to positively impact the world. It just so happens that character education this year is also moving in that same direction. So we chose a great mission for us. So when we did that, along with some other things that were going on in our building, we decided that we really wanted to make that our theme, our overarching theme in everything we do. And so we have 4 fundamentals that are a part of that, and a part of our PBIS program that we use, and that is the Beavercreek fundamentals, which are respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, and kindness. And so whenever we talk with our kids, if our kids make a mistake, then we always go back to those fundamentals and we say, well, what mistake did you make? And what part of the fundamentals was that, that you need to think about the next time? Is it responsibility, or were you trustworthy, or were you kind? So we're all speaking the same language. And in doing so, it really has made a difference in the culture in our building. And the students, you'll hear the students using those words with one another, so it's pretty exciting. As a part of that, one of the things that we came about deciding to do was something we call the Blue Crew, which is a 5th grade leadership team. And it's really exciting in so many different ways. But the 5th grade leadership team really began because we were seeing an increase in the number of office referrals with our 5th grade students. And the first year that I was principal at Beavercreek, we had, it was somewhere around 30 office referrals by November that were 5th graders. And I was like, oh, we've got to do something with this. And so Mrs. Laramie and myself did a class with the 5th graders, and we did a poll and surveys with them. And what we ended up figuring out was that our 5th graders were no longer taking ownership of our building. They were seeing themselves as one foot out the door rather than both feet in the door. And we wanted to change that philosophy with those kids and kind of change that mindset. And one of the things, as we were brainstorming ideas, we brainstormed with the teachers, we brainstormed with the children, and they said, well, if we could do just a few more things in the school, that we think that might help the kids too. We want to be in charge of the playground. And I thought, oh goodness, what's this going to look like? But really, they're much more strict than we are. That's what I ended up figuring out. And so the 5th graders, we put them in place of in leadership positions, and they have all kinds of responsibilities. We have a short video that Ms. Main created for us that will show you some of the responsibilities that those students have. So I'll try to see this. But this is their t-shirts. This is what the back of all the Blue Crew t-shirts are. And the kids wear these on the first day, the first Friday of every month. And so everybody knows who the Blue Crew members are. There, oh, no, it's not. This is a very short video. They teach the Fairbrook fundamentals. On the first day of school, our 5th grade leadership team helps with teaching fundamentals to all of our students. They tutor our kindergartners and our first graders, and now this year even some second graders. There's some pictures of them doing those things. And they love this, and the little ones love this too. And their buddies need to come down. Our kids do announcements every morning. They don't hear my voice, and this is all of our kids this year that are on Blue Crew. So as you can see, we have about 75 to 80% of our 5th graders are Blue Crew leaders. And so that works out really well. And I think that our teachers see a difference in those kids. They really step up to that challenge. They seem to enjoy it. They're often overzealous at times, I want to say, because they can't wait for their next job to come about. And we have them work on a rotating weekly schedule. So they have these various jobs that they do. Our 5th graders are actually in charge of our cafeteria. We have our 2 cafeteria monitors who are there, but the 5th grade leaders are the ones that are kind of monitoring the cafeteria, helping opening milks, cutting go-gurts, helping kids get into line so they can go outside, and just helping in general with those activities. They help monitor our playgrounds, the primary playground. They help monitor the kids there. They play games with them and keep them occupied. And help with following the school rules and that type of thing. So it's a very exciting thing. I would like to introduce Avery Slinger and Sophia Fiore. They'll come on up. And what I thought it would be nice for you all to see is the training that they do on the first day of school. We do this within the first hour of the school day so that everyone in the school understands the expectations of all of the common areas in our building. And so these 2 ladies did an excellent job this year, and they talked about playground expectations. So they're going to do a brief demonstration exactly like what they did that first day of school, and our teachers that are here, thankfully, are going to pretend to be the kids. So do you want to come on up front, girls?
Hi, my name is Avery. My name is Sophia. And we're here today to show you about the favorite fundamentals on the playground. Can one of the teachers tell us any of the favorite fundamentals?
Respect.
And how can you show that on the playground?
I can show respect on the playground by asking somebody to play with me.
Does anyone know another favorite fundamental?
Responsibility.
And how could you show that on the playground?
I could pick up some balls when I'm finished playing with them.
Does anyone know another favorite fundamental?
Kindness,
And is there a way that you can show that on the playground?
helping another friend on the playground.
And does anybody know the last one? And how could you show that on the playground?
You can do the right thing even when no one's looking, so if the teacher doesn't see you, you still do all the rules.
Yeah. So some things you're not supposed to do on the playground are push others, scream, take other people's toys, leave trash on the playground, and run from the playground. And some of the rules on the playground are use packs, hands, and feet, follow the playground rules, return to front, do what is right even when no one is looking. One piece of equipment on the playground that is the rock wall. Some of the rules for that are not wearing jewelry when climbing on the rock wall. You must wear gym shoes on the rock wall so that you don't fall. No jumping off the rock wall. And do not walk under other people who are on the rock wall so they don't fall. Another piece of the equipment is the slide, and its rules are the line needs to form at the bottom of the steps. Bottom must be seated going down the slide. You must go down the slide, no going up. Feet first, not head first. The next person must wait until the person in front of them goes down the slide to begin climbing up the steps.
No stopping in the slide, you must go straight down.
Another piece of equipment are the jump ropes. Some of the rules for them are,
They are not used to drag on the ground or run with.
before starting you need to make sure you're in a space where no one you won't hit anyone.
If a long jump rope, people must take turns turning and waiting in line.
The last piece of equipment we're going to talk about today is the swings. Some of their rules are,
Sitting only, never stay on the heel or leg on swings.
you need to hold on with both your hands.
Stop the swing before getting off. Do not jump off the swings.
Walk around a moving swing, not too close to the front or the back.
Never push anyone else in the swing or allow others to push you on the swings.
Have only one person in a swing at a time.
Never swing empty swings or twist swing chains.
Some other general rules of the playground are,
Do not lift or carry any other student.
keep your hands and feet to yourself. You cannot wrestle, play rough play, or fighting, pretend, or real.
No throwing of snowballs, rocks, dirt, or mulch or fiber.
You cannot place the snow, rocks, dirt, mulch, or fiber on the equipment.
No tackle, football, baseball, rollerblades, skateboards, or wheeled shoes.
And spitting is unacceptable.
Do not return to the building during recess unless permission is granted by teacher on playground duty.
Students are not allowed to cross the solid blue and white lines painted on the playground area. They must stay within the view of the teacher on duty at all times. They are not permitted in the bush and tree area surrounding the playground or over the far side of the building.
Students must line up immediately when teacher signals.
Stay away from trash containers and windows.
Share the play equipment, wait your turn.
No playing tag on any piece of equipment, even if you're just walking.
Use steps and ladders for getting up on equipment.
And those are some of the rules for the playground. Are there any questions?
Can you do cartwheel?
No. You cannot.
You can't have your feet over your head or your hands.
I have a question. I have two questions. So one is, how did you get your jobs? Like, did you ask to be on the playground duty committee?
So before we were in 5th grade, like at the end of 4th grade, we had this form that if you wanted to be blue, you had to fill out. And there were jobs that you could check off if you wanted to be. And then there was also a thing you could check off for was if there's an open job anywhere, you could do it.
Okay.
So,
And then all these rules were made up. Do you have a committee come up with these rules?
yeah.
That was an extensive list of rules. I'm impressed. I am very impressed. Really. Were you when I was teaching? I mean, that is amazing. You've done an amazing job with that list.
Thank you.
Wow, I'm so proud of both of you.
And they do a really good job with this. And one of the nice things is when the weather cooperates, which it didn't this year, unfortunately, on our first day of school, but when the weather cooperates, the kids are actually outside on the playground when they do this. And so they're able to show what it looks like when they're doing the right thing and what it looks like when they're not doing the right thing. So they're able to actually demonstrate it and that type of thing. And we also do refreshers. We will do a refresher in the winter time when we come back from Christmas. And did you guys have anything else you wanted to add?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, I'll let you guys go and have a seat then real quick.
So, thank you.
All of the kids that when we return the first day that we're back in the winter time. One of the things that I think is the most important thing to recognize is that when we started with the Blue Crew in the 5th grade leadership team, we actually went from 30 office referrals that first year, we went down to 2. So it was that dramatic of a drop. You can see that the kids, I mean, they get the rules, they understand what they are, and they follow those rules, and they really pressure each other. It's really much less work on our part, I think.
I mean, they're really passionate about it.
Yeah, they really are. I have a really quick video, and this will show you a little bit about what we use as a refresher throughout the school year. And we do this usually at lunchtime. We'll put a video on, and this is just a very tiny clip, but it allowed the kids to see the teachers having a little bit of fun, and at the same time, it hopefully helps the kids remind them of what they need to be doing for the Fairbrook fundamentals. And this is very brief as well. The teachers, I think, have a lot of fun making this video. They did this. But we show this at lunchtime to the kids while they're eating lunch. And then you'll see here in just a few minutes that it shows the children doing the right thing. So we did the black and white. Ms. May came up with the idea if we did the black and white of the wrong thing and then in color. Okay. Yeah, she did a good job there. And there's music to the one we show at school, so that it's a little more entertaining. And this is one of the things that we've done each year is we've had the kids, the current Blue Crew, they get to create a piece of the video. So everybody gets to be a movie star in that way. Okay. So I was going to ask if anybody has any questions or anything that you can answer from any of the staff or from the students, if you like.
I just like to compliment you on finding a way to get everyone's attention.
Great.
Because we won't forget. It's really nice when people bring the kids to show us, because that's what the school's all about.
Absolutely. I agree.
Thank you kindly.
Well, I have a current third grader at Beavercreek, and my daughter's in sixth grade now. She was one of the first Blue Crew members last year, and she's that kind of kid anyway. She wants a job everywhere she goes. She's always the teacher's assistant or whatever, but she really enjoyed being a part of the Blue Crew. She took it, she was probably one of her overzealous, can I have a new job, can I have a new job every week. But she loved being on the playground, and she spent a lot of time telling me about little kids she got to bond with. She had little buddies that were kindergartners that she's like, I'm going to miss seeing them every day. And so it was just a really neat program, but I absolutely love Beaverbrook. My husband went to Beaverbrook. I was in Kettering, so I didn't have the blessing to go to Beaverbrook, but I just can't say enough good things. I mean, every year I think, my kids have the best teacher they've ever had, and then the next year they get it, and I'm like, well, now they have the best teacher they've ever had. Mrs. Renner is my son's teacher this year. The communication from the staff is just amazing. I never hesitate to contact them if there's a problem or if there's something good. I mean, and they have the same thing. I mean, Mrs. Renner contacted me yesterday about my child, and it wasn't a great experience that she had with my child that day. And, you know, she handled it, she let me know, and we talked about it. And, you know, I love that we have that relationship. So Jarrell knows how much we appreciate her. And I know the parents that are in the room probably could say the same thing. So thank you guys.
Such a tremendous idea that has to do with engagement on that level, because kids really do enjoy feeling like they're part of the process. But just like all good ideas, have other elementary schools looked at your program and started a similar program? Do you know what?
Yes, actually I've had quite a few schools from across the state. Their principals have contacted me when we went to the PBIS conference last fall, and we were the only school that had brought students with us as a part of our presentation and had this type of thing in place. And so since that time, I've had a few calls from various principals asking, how did you get it started? Do you not allow certain students to be a part of it? And we have not, we've included every child who wanted to participate in Blue Crew in some way, shape, or form. Because even the child who's probably been the most problematic in the past, once they're a Blue Crew member, they feel that sense of responsibility, and it helps to reduce that
So we've really seen a very positive response, and I think some of our other schools in the district are also looking at maybe, they're getting started with PBIS this year, and they're looking at maybe putting something in place like this in the next year.
Great.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
That's hard act to follow. So the next item on the agenda is I need the approval of the agenda as presented, so I need a motion to approve this. So moved. Second. Any discussion? Okay, Mrs. Rucker, please call the vote.
Ms. Hunt? Yes. Ms. Arnold?
Yes.
Mr. Morrison?
Yes.
Ms. Regano?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Motion carries.
We only have one board for tonight, and that's Mr. Taylor. Yeah, go for it.
Go for it, all right. Well, a physical plant is what I would really like to make a report on. The school system is a very large and nebulous thing with all of its buildings and all of the things that go along with that, the consequences thereof. I just wanted to make a quick report of things that were done over the summer. And of course, the monumental task of just preparing the buildings for the students and the teachers to return to, this intense cleaning. There was, of course, the teachers moving around and other miscellaneous painting things. Teachers always love that. You have your room painted?
I did.
Wow.
And it was a surprise because I came back and let's see, one of the walls was orange. It was fine. I mean, it was like, it was a big surprise. Everybody had their room in a different color. Okay?
That's really a neat thing because kids really notice that. And it's kind of a highlight of their life, small things like that. New computer labs were installed at Beavercreek High School in Ankeny. I think six in total. Other kind of more mundane things, but very important things. A new roof over the auxiliary gym at the high school. Installed a new boiler to supplement an existing non-modulating boiler, whatever that means. I think I have an idea. And the Beavercreek High School library renovation, if you get a chance to take a look at that, it's a pretty dramatic change. New furniture, just a whole new layout, new circulation desk. And at Ankeny, of course, one of the issues there have been the HVAC system, heating, ventilating, air conditioning system. And it's getting there. It's a work in progress. That's where my granddaughter goes, and she attests to first day of school with some rooms being like almost 100 degrees and some of them being like 55 degrees. So she enjoyed the 55-degree rooms. So, but at any rate, that's where we're at. It's a system this size is always a work in progress. We work on it, and Beavercreek schools are basically in pretty good shape. So, thank you.
Thank you. We have no questions or comments all the time, so we're going on to approve of the minutes held. So we need a motion a second to approve the minutes for the August 2016 Board of Education meeting of August 18, 2016 regular meeting. So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Please call the vote.
Ms. Arnold?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Ms. Hunt? Yes. Mr. Morrison?
Abstain.
Ms. Regano?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, financial report. I'm making a motion second to approve the August 2016 financial report on page 43 and the approval of donated items on page 59. So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
I just would like to report that at this point, we have closed the year, so we have final numbers for fiscal year 16. And we are now in the beginning of July was the first month of the fiscal year, so August reflects July and August activity. And October, next month, we will be presenting you guys with the 5-year forecast that's been updated, and it will reflect some of the movement that's happened in our district within this past summer and what we're expecting next year. For example, we're up about 135 students, of which a large number of those are preschoolers, actually, 46 of them, I believe. And we have some additional staffing needs, and so we're also kind of holding our fingers crossed and watching the news on what's going to happen with the new biennium budget, because that's going to impact us next year. And so we were able to maintain our medical insurance premiums as to what we already had projected. So all of those different assumptions we'll talk about next meeting. I'm going to actually take the 5-year forecast to the administrative team on Monday, and we'll talk about the assumptions we have in there, and then I'll bring it here next month. We will just go from there. But for right now, our finances are within what we had projected in May, and there were no surprises in June, so we're in a good shape.
Any discussion? No.
Ms. Hunt? Yes. Mr. Morrison?
Yes.
Ms. Arnold?
Yes.
Ms. Regano? Yes. Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Continuing business, and a motion second to approve the following employment, salary changes, leave of absence, terminations, job description, approval of letter of compliance summary for certification of standards governing types of foods and beverages sold on school premises, school year 2015-16, and a proposal of fiscal year 17 fees for preschool and elementary schools.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Okay, please call the vote.
Mr. Morrison?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Ms. Arnold?
Yes.
Ms. Hunt? Yes. Ms. Regano?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And we're down to announcements. So, Board of Education meeting, the next one is right here in this room, this building, October 20th, 6:30. That's it. And board to board comments. So we're going to start with Mrs. Hunt.
Okay. Well, I enjoyed having the Beavercreek team here. Feels like being at home. Where the kids go, and I'm excited. We're off to a good start of the school year. I want to thank Mr. Ottman and Mr. Fielding for the communication today regarding the bus situation with the student. I think we handled that very well, and have let the community know all the information. Hopefully the parents will be extra vigilant and keep their eyes out for that. So thank you all for being here.
Mr. Morris.
And also congratulate and thank everyone for coming this evening. You did an excellent presentation, and it's been a wonderful program. Also want to congratulate our athletic programs. I think everybody knows the football team is out to a 3-0 start. But what I'm hoping people know is that our soccer teams, tennis, volleyball, cross country, golf, and marching band are also all having phenomenal seasons. So.
Mr. Taylor.
Mr. Taylor, good things are happening in Beavercreek. Beavercreek presentation, of course, is a good example of that. I'm looking forward to the rest to see where they're at. Now they'll have to, everybody will now have to one up the guy before the good place to start first. That's all right. Just wanted to mention that the Popcorn Festival last weekend, and the success that brought to us. Our booth at the school booth at the Popcorn Festival was very well attended. Some very talented face painters there. Couldn't talk Mr. Rodden into getting his face painted. I think that's kind of the introduction to Beavercreek School. You have to get the big beaver on the side of your face. But it was great. Good questions, good attendance, and I think we put a really good face on Beavercreek schools with that.
Mrs. Arnold.
Well, I would also like to thank Beavercreek, except that if over there both of them and not here.
Okay.
Which I don't blame them for. I did want to mention that I had a lot of fun at the Popcorn Festival. I did have to be the one on duty when the rain came, but we got everything packed up pretty good because nobody complained about it all being one way or this and the next day, so I guess that's what matters. And I just wanted to let you all know that next week I am attending the annual Dayton Walk of Fame induction. Retired General Janet Wolfenbarger invited me to come with her to attend that, and it's because of how strongly excited that she is that we named our campus after her in high school. And I'm highly appreciative of that invitation. It's going to be me, her husband, and 5 generals.
That's great.
Every time I think I'm done with generals, a few work their way back in.
Well, on that note, I received a phone call from the Walk of Fame, and the entire board is invited to be there. So I received an email today. I just got it today after a phone call last week. She said to me, well, let me just send you all the information so that I didn't have to tell you at that point. I just got it before I came here, so I will be forwarding it to you. And then you can forward it out and decide what you'll want to do. Okay, so I'd like to talk about our first responders luncheon on Monday. It's been an annual event since 9/11, and it's just amazing to see these people, what they do. I've got to be honest with you, until 9/11 happened, I just took everybody for granted, first to admit it. But I would like to thank the staff of this building for providing the food. I'm telling you, it was like a feast. I mean, everything was wonderful, and that's a lot of work on behalf of all of you, so thank you all for doing that. That was unbelievable. Deborah's presentation was fabulous. She kind of loved the kids. I was on our Channel 22 station last night in my kitchen, and I'm looking at it, and Valley from last spring just happened to be on there doing their choir. Okay, and I'm sitting there thinking, I remember seeing that audience from my class and thinking, I miss those kids. And that these kids here tonight just brought back such incredible memories. And the 9/11 at the Popcorn Festival on Sunday night, they had a 9/11 memorial. The community always puts together the mayors there. And our high school women's choir sang there, these beautiful purple gowns. They were absolutely amazing to listen to. The acapella was just, Rachel Phillips does an incredible job with these kids. And last but not least, our band won their first competition. I know you can speak to this because you were there, right? Go Beavers, right? Go. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, our football team, everybody's doing great, but first competition.
First competition.
You go ahead, you tell us.
Well, Beavercreek got first, and Fairfield got second. So. No, I sat with a lot of Fairfield people, so I was standing up in the middle of them applauding for the first place. So,
Did you turn
I
around?
don't think I'll sit with them next time.
Did you turn around and you say, we are Beavercreek? But they are amazing. They're doing the competition this Saturday.
Yeah.
So we're on a roll. That'll work. So I'm excited for them. As far as she goes, I do all of them. So that ends our board comments. I'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight. We are going to go into executive session. I'm going to need a motion in a second. And we're going into executive session for the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of public employees or regulated individuals, or the investigation of charges or complaints against a public employee or regulated individual unless such person requests a public hearing. 121.22 G1. There will be no action taken tonight. So you will second. Okay. Second. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Oh, take the vote.
Yes. Mr. Morrison? Yes. Ms. Redondo? Yes.